Howdy Howdy, this is Blue Otter, and today we are playing Tavern Keeper. We've already played the campaign. I would like to do a free play on River Bottom. I think this one was one of my favorite maps. Now, when I set this up, I didn't realize that in the initial startup screen, when you're setting all the parameters for the tavern, that was when you selected the map layout for the tavern, because you can't adjust that afterwards. But the reason why I wanted to include this was because I have Cuthbert's story. It was very popular in the demo that I played, and I loved his story. So I am going to present, and I'm going to cut this down to just a Cuthbert supercut.
Welcome to River Bottom. I hope you like mud. The rats certainly do.
All right, let's just get this set up. The Tipsy Otter. Yeah, they need to... Oh, you know what? Hold on. We open... Oh, we have Cuthbert! Haven't seen him since the demo.
You hear a dry, rhythmic clatter approaching the front door of the tavern. Could it be a peddler selling kindling, or a shaman's rattlestick? But when the door opens, it's a skeleton standing on the stoop. It shambles in. Its skull swivels, fixing you with a baleful, undead stare. The skeleton's jaw creaks open slowly, the ghastly voice of death spilling forth. Cheers, mate. Dreadful chilly out. You open?
Yes it is, and yes, we're open. Not for skeletons. We don't want any trouble. Yeah. We are absolutely open.
Many thanks, many thanks. The name's Cuthbert. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Those skulls seem already to grin by default. Somehow the skeleton seems to smile. One off the tap, if you please. I don't drink much, but I enjoy holding the mug and sloshing it around. Find the ritual of it soothing, I suppose. Lifts the spirits, and I could use a bit of that.
Something the matter?
Oh, just having a bit of a mid-death crisis, maybe. Stuck in a rut. You serve the drink. Cuthbert clasps it, tapping his bony fingers against the pewter mug. Truth is, my heart's not in the job anymore. Been starting to wonder, did I become a dungeon henchman because it was what I wanted, or because it was expected of me? I could be missing out on a job I really love.
You should tighten things up. What do you want to do? Nothing wrong with picking the safe option. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I want a job where I can chat with people. Something like what you do. Cuthbert sighs, the mournful sound coming from deep in his open ribcage in a way that makes no sense whatsoever. He brings the mug up to his skull and taps the rim against his teeth. In the dungeon, it's always about blocking doors and doing spooky dances. Hardly anyone stops to talk before they knock my skull off with a big hammer.
So why not get a job like mine? What if you don't like the tavern work either? Yeah, so why not get a job like mine?
Skeletons give everybody the willies. Whenever I'm out and about on errands, people run the other way. Even shopkeeps. Makes doing the groceries right difficult. Cuthbert waves his finger bones in a vaguely dismissive gesture. Who would hire an employee that makes their customers squeamish?
I would if they're a hard worker, yeah.
You've talked me into it. I'm headed down to that dungeon right now and turning in me rusty old sword and shield. The afterlife is too short to waste. Cuthbert slaps a palm against the counter. It makes a sound like a bowl of rocks being thrown at a wall. You're a good sort. You know what? Next time you see me, I'll have an application for you, boss. He gives a jerky nod and saunters away, whistling liplessly to himself through some mechanism you don't understand.
Looks like we'll be able to get Cuthbert. What is this? Oh, that's the bankruptcy warning. Okay, come on.
I bet that nice skeleton is looking for a new job by now. You should check the new applicants. Maybe he'd like to work here.
There we are. Can I afford him though? Hire for 22, daily wage of 9. Let's see. Okay, so frightening patrons have a 20% chance of reacting negatively when interacting with Cuthbert. Okay. Slowpoke, he's going to move slowly. He's clumsy. Doesn't mind the cold. Immune to all known tavern encounter diseases, and Cuthbert is dead on the inside, the outside too. He is considered unskilled, and money beats stress. I mean, I have to. I kind of wanted him to work in the kitchen. But he's really going to do great in this as a server, I think. You know, I could have him try to do like everything. Does he not need to sleep? Ooh, okay, hold on. Open schedule. If you don't need to sleep, can you do a little bit of that? Actually, hold on. As they're doing, make sure that everything goes away, and then we'll have a bit of janitor. Okay. Because he did not go down, and he... Yeah, I think he's just happy to be here. You're my person. Cuthbert, we got a story. We're continuing his story.
A beggar rambles in. Surprisingly, he approaches Cuthbert. You watch as Cuthbert pats his hips where pockets would be, then tips his skull forward and claps it on the back. A pair of gold coins come tumbling out of his open jaw into the beggar's hand. Cuthbert watches him go, then turns his lidless stare to you. Decent sort, him. Do you think I may have been a beggar? You know, in me first go around. Sure wish I could remember sometimes.
Maybe I can help. Can you remember anything at all? You should go back to work. Maybe it'll come to you. Yeah, no, can you remember anything at all?
Well, I do have one vague memory about watching a town burn. There was gold heaped at my feet, and humans were running all around, shouting. Seems like an odd thing to do. He rubs his chin with the gentle scrape of bone on bone. Aside from that, it's pretty hazy. Bits and pieces like something heavy in my hands, someone begging for mercy, my cheek being itchy. All meaningless without context, you know.
What were the people shouting? Can you recall what you were holding? I think I can take a guess what you used to be. See, there was gold heaped at my feet, and humans were running all around shouting. It seemed like an odd thing to do. Aside from that, it's pretty hazy in bits and pieces. Something heavy in my hand, someone begging for mercy. Yeah, what were the people shouting?
I think it was something like... Cuthbert throws his arms in the air, waving them from side to side. Ah! I'm on fire! Ah!
Can you recall what you were holding?
He hefts the mop in his hands, staring vacantly at it. Wood handle like this one? Yeah, that seems right. Heavier, though. Something with a metal head, like an axe or a spear or a shovel. He looks back up. Oh! Maybe I was doing a bit of gardening.
No, I can take a guess what you were doing.
You think so? Bless you, that was dead easy. I should have asked you for help ages ago. Cuthbert leans on his mop, his posture wistful. What a relief. I spent so long as a dungeon henchman. To tell the truth, it'd be a real nice change to think of myself in a more positive light. Could even get back to me old line of work one day. After you're dead and gone, of course.
Well, isn't that a happy moment? All the Golden Fire, you distributed disaster relief funds. Uh-oh, were you an actor? Sounds like a play. So it's possible that you were a pirate king. I could do that. Yeah, yeah.
Cuthbert stares blankly. You stare back. Well then, good. Answers a few things. Thought that flag they buried me in was just a thoughtful portrait. Thanks, boss. Suppose I'll get back to the grind. Cuthbert ambles away, looking thoughtful. Hopefully he doesn't take the revelation too hard, or start pillaging anything. King's a step up from henchmen anyway. It's a funny old world.
Okay, where's my story? Oh, Cuthbert, do we have another expansion to your story? Sticks and
Cuthbert leans
stones.
against a wall, thoughtfully watching patrons come and go. The weight of his lifeless gaze settles on you as you approach. Boss, been meaning to get your thoughts on something. It's been a dream working here, but it still bugs me how I unnerve folks just by being. I was thinking of some ways I could make the experience less jarring. I know, it's on them for judging by appearances, and I shouldn't have to change myself for their comfort, but this is for me in a way.
What did you have in mind?
I thought maybe I'd make a mask. Make me look a little more human, you know? He polishes a section of bar top to a mirror sheen and stares thoughtfully at his skeletal visage. Cover up the old bones, as it were. Bit of reupholstering, see? The only question is, where would I get enough ethically sourced skin for the job?
Okay. That is a phrase I never expected to hear. Ethically sourced skin. Yeah, don't look at me. That's the only question. You do what I have to. Yeah, that's the only question.
No, of course not. Besides the supply issue, I'm no seamstress. It's no mean feat holding a needle between two metacarpals. I just end up covered in seams. People would think me head was some sort of sporting ball. He
You can go by
says,
Wilson.
I can see how it would give the wrong impression. Not to worry, I've plenty of ideas. All right, what about this? I wear a sheet over me head, cut a couple of eye holes in. No one would know I'm a spooky skeleton then. They'd just assume I was a simple ghost haunting the place.
Cuthbert, people are also scared of ghosts. Cut hole in my fine linens. I don't even have linens. I need a laundromat. There's no way I have room for a laundromat.
Are they? Blimey, why is that? Can't even touch you, ghosts. Might as well be scared of bad breath. Maybe I understand the living less than I thought. That brings me neatly to my last best idea, actually. This is the winner for sure. Picture this. Resurrection! He spreads his arms wide, waggling his bony fingers with a theatrical clatter. I hear some clerics can do it, yeah? I'm already halfway alive. How hard can it be to nudge me over the edge? I could be a real live human again. I might need to take some time off in the meantime, though. Seems like a lengthy process.
You're halfway alive. You just need to push over the edge, but what happens when you die again? Are you sure? I really like you as you are. No way. Mainly because I need you. I need to buy you a bed. Oh my gosh. If that's what you want, I support you.
Hey, if it turns out to be the wrong call, I know a quick way back to skeletonhood. You know what I mean? Cuthbert chuckles, oblivious to the horrified look on the face of a nearby patron. He considers you for a moment, then wraps you up in a bony hug. You've always been real good to me, boss. Turned my death around. Just thought you should know. Guess I'd better get on with looking for that cleric. Thanks for everything.
I'm gonna have to get another bed, aren't I? I don't have room for another bed. Cuthbert is away. He's the only one that... open schedule. He's a human now. Oh man, he's gonna be exhausted. You know what? We're gonna off work. I'm gonna do chef and let him do just a touch of server. Oh, there's Cuthbert. Yeah, he's actually resting, so yeah, we do need to get him. And that concludes Cuthbert's story. This is a supercut of just the parts where Cuthbert is prominent. Thank you for watching. Have an utterly fantastic day, and see you next time.